for my research question, I'm going to be answering, how long does it take the body to recover from excessive endurance training? Well, the word endurance isn't really explanatory of what that is, so I did my research on marathon recovery. And I came up with a couple of different answers. The first one was from a rule that was made by Jack Foster, who was the Masters Marathon holder from 1974 to 1990. So he was pretty experienced, kind of knew his stuff. His rule was, for each mile that you race, allow 1 day of recovery before returning to hard training or racing. So if you run a marathon, then you would take 26 days off, and that doesn't mean absolutely nothing. It means don't run hard, don't push yourself to the limits, like just everything that you would be doing is like the recovery form of it, so easier. The exception to that rule would be if your race effort wasn't all out, and so then you don't need the full 26 days. And so the second rule or thing to do for recovery was from Frank Shorter, who was an Olympic champion. They didn't say in what he won, but I mean the Olympics. So his rule was, you're not ready to run another marathon until you forget the last one. And so his rule was the mental side. Like, he said, it's not how quickly your body recovers, but how quickly your mind recovers. Because marathons are just really straining on the body and the mind. A lot of people suffer from, I think it was called the post-marathon blues. So, yeah. And then he also said that the 3 weeks after a marathon should mirror the 3 weeks prior to the marathon. And so, like, the idea is that if you're tapering leading up to a marathon, then after it you would do kind of a reverse taper in, like, activity level and your diet. So, like, leading up to the marathon, you're eating a lot of carbs, trying to, like, load up for it. After the marathon, you're going to also be eating a lot of carbs to kind of rebuild your muscles and help them heal. And so, yes. Another thing was experts recommend making a plan with goals. You don't want to, like, whenever you're recovering, you don't want to just kind of wing it, because that's when you push yourself too far, or you just don't have, like, an organized mindset. And in those goals, or in the plan, you need to prepare for recovery without injury, and then set new targets. And setting the new targets will kind of help you with the mental side. It'll help you from getting those post-marathon blues, because you're like, okay, well, I have something else to train for. And then, really, like, the main thing is you don't want to resume running until the delayed onset post-exercise muscle soreness has been resolved. And so, really, if you're still sore, like, you don't want to push yourself, you just want to wait and just kind of, ease yourself into it. Another way, if you're not sure if you're ready to come back to running yet, is to use your heart rate. They said to, before you run your marathon or your excessive endurance training, find your pre-race resting heart rate, and then after your race, take your post-race resting heart rate. And if the post-race is 10 or more above the pre-race, then you don't want to start running yet. So even if you have set out your allotted amount of time that you've set, if your heart rate is still that much higher, your body's not ready. You need to wait still. But really, ultimately, everyone's body is different. You can't set an equation to how long you need to rest after an endurance event. You just really need to be aware of your body and the things that it's telling you, because if you're hurting, then you should probably wait. So just listen to your body. Thanks.